Sorry if you've seen me squinting the whole video. Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I have a video full of study tips for you and note-taking tips because it's like the middle of the year, so everyone's either taking midterms or finals, and it's kind of crazy. I know that I'm terrible at studying and I have a very short attention span, and it's just very difficult for me. So I have like 8, I didn't count, I think I have like 8 tips here to make studying hopefully easier and more successful for you. So let's get into the video. Alright, my first tip is kind of obvious, but I feel like people don't do it enough. They get too many like cram sessions, or they're just trying to study for too long. But my first suggestion is to take frequent breaks. So like if you study for 20 minutes, take like a 3-minute break. If you study for 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break. You can look it up. They have like actual science behind it, but like 45 minutes will be 10 minutes, an hour would be like 20-minute break. And during these breaks, you want to do something that's like de-stressing, but whatever you don't go on TikTok, because you will never finish studying if you go on TikTok during your breaks. Trust me, I know. So just do something like de-stressing that you're not gonna like not want to stop doing. My second tip is for note-taking. This is how I do note-taking, and I find it very helpful. What I do is you want to read one paragraph and then like summarize the paragraph in one bullet. And then obviously if there's something else important that you want to write, obviously write that. But this depends on the length of the paragraphs too, but this is what I do for my history notes. So in that textbook, the paragraphs are like normal size, so I just read one paragraph and then write one bullet. That's how I keep myself like accountable, to make sure I don't read too much without like taking notes, and to make sure that I don't take too many notes, because a lot of the times I will just like take notes and notes and notes and notes, and it'll take me an hour to get through like 3 pages. Okay, my third tip is to quiz yourself. Now, I'm not saying you have to like create a Quizlet or anything, because that takes so much more time and it's like not very useful because you use it like twice. If someone else created a Quizlet, by all means use that, that's helpful, but you can just like write things down and like cover it up and then try to figure out the answer. I always do better like when there's a quiz, or like when I do practice quizzes, so that's what I like to do. Right, my fourth tip is again for note-taking, and it's to split it up. Like say you have like 12 pages of notes, it's like to split it up based on how many days. So I'll have like 13 pages of notes to do, and I'll have like 5 days to do them. So I just put it in my calculator and I do like as many as I need to do each day. Like I do the bare minimum each day. That's because my attention span is so short, but you can do whatever works for you. Just like doing as little as possible each day to keep me from going crazy. I know that like some teachers, they'll give like so many notes. They'll give like, I don't even know how many pages, and they'll give you like a day to do it. So if you do get like an advance notice, like if they give you a week, definitely what I like to do is spread it out over that week. And I think doing it in at least 2 different sessions is good. Don't put it to the last minute. I know so many people that put it to the last minute, and it's just not helping you. I like get scared that like, what if I put it to the last minute and then I don't do it, like I forget, or like putting it to the last minute, usually nothing bad happens, but I just don't like taking that risk, and I feel like it adds so much like stress to the whole situation. My next tip is to make a playlist to study to. This can't be a playlist that you actually like the songs on, because we can't be jamming out too hard. We gotta be studying. Let's get songs. They can have words, they can have no words, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not like Britney Spears, you're not gonna be like me like the whole time. Don't do that. This next tip is something I never really thought of before I made this, but it is something that I do, and it is to not always study in the same spot. So right now I'm at my desk. I always film videos here because it's so convenient. There's a window right there. But right now I'm at my desk, and then there's my bed. I usually work not in the same spot every time I'm working. I usually work either here, on my bed, in my living room. Just mix it up, because if you do work that you hate in the same spot every time, you're actually going to start to hate that spot, and then you're going to hate the work even more, and it just gets like worse and worse and worse. Just like with alarm clocks, like you ever notice how like an alarm sound, like even if it's like in the middle of the day and you just like hear an alarm sound, it literally scares you because you think you have to wake up. It's actually scary. So like you don't want that to happen like to your desk. Like you literally don't want to loathe going to your desk. Alright, my next step is to get together to study with friends, and if it's 2020, unfortunately, you can't do that. You could like FaceTime them, I guess. You want to make sure you do this after you have a good handle on anything you're trying to study or learn, because when you're with friends, you never know, like you could literally end up making a TikTok for the entire time and do nothing. So I wouldn't rely on this. I just think that it is very helpful. My friends, we would not do anything, but it's still like we can help each other if we have questions. So it's useful, but just don't rely on it too much. My last step is if the teacher offers like extra help, go. Because here's a little story. When I was in bio, literally one of the hardest classes I've ever had to take, the teacher would do these after school study sessions, and let me tell you, they helped so much. Like, we would literally have to ask her to do them sometimes because we like needed them so much. And even if they don't offer like an extra help session for everyone, if you're really lost, it's definitely worth going to them and asking. Like, of course you can ask like one of your friends for help, but honestly the most helpful thing you can do is ask the teacher for help. My one bonus tip that I wasn't originally going to include would be to eat foods that are good for your brain. Not just when you have a test coming up, not just when you're trying to study, but like all the time. So like walnuts and fish, and you can look it up. There's like so many. But yeah, you want to eat foods that's good for your brain. Alright, that's it for the video. I hope your studying goes well. Don't study too hard. Don't drive yourself crazy. I will see you next week with a video that is very fun and very exciting, and I'm very excited to make. So subscribe. It's Saturday at 6 o'clock, and bye.